This is part 2 of section 2.4. New topic. We're going to talk about the average rate of change of f from x1 to x2. Okay. This is f of x2 minus f of x1 over x2 minus x1. Well, remember that this looks like the bottom part of our slope, right? x2 minus x1. Well, remember when we have a function and we plug it in, a number in, that gives us our y value. This is y2 minus y1. These are our y's. This is basically a slope. It's just that when we have slope written in this form, we're talking about the slope of a linear equation. Here we don't have to be linear. It's just going to give us a basic idea of how quickly a curve is changing. So basically, if our curve is more like this, our average rate of change in here is going to be pretty small. But if our curve goes like this and we try to change here, it's going to be pretty high. All we have to do here, I want to find the average rate of change of 3x from x1 equals 0 to x2 equals 5. The first thing I need to do is to find f of x2, which is f of 5, which is 3 times 5, or 15. Then we need to calculate f of x1, which is f of 0, which is 3 times 0, or 0. So what is the average rate of change of f from x1 to x2? F of x2, 15, minus f of x1, 0, over x2 minus x1, 5 minus 0, which is 15 over 5, which is precisely 3. Now this happened to be a linear function. This is in the form 3x plus 0. Our y-intercept is 0. Our slope is 3. Our slope is 3. But from the rest of these problems, we're not dealing with linear equations. But I think you can see the connection here. All right, let's do the same thing for this function, x squared minus 2x. And from x1 is 3, x2 is 6. So let's first find f of x2, which is f of 6. So this is 6 squared minus 2 times 6, or 36 minus 12, which is 24. Okay, now let's find f of x1. This is f of 3, which is 3 squared minus 2 times 3, or 9 minus 6, which is 3. So for the average rate of change, it's f of x2 minus f of x1, sorry. So this is 24 minus 3 over x2 minus x1, 6 minus 3. So this is 21 over 3, which is 7. Okay. F of x is equal to the square root of x. x1 is 9, x2 is 16. F of x1 is f of 16, which is the square root of 16, or 4. F of x2 is f of 9, which is the square root of 9, or 3. So the average rate of change, I wrote these backwards. That's x2, this should be x1. I apologize for that. So this should be 4 minus 3, 4 minus 3 over 16 minus 9. Okay, so this is 1 over 7. And that is our average rate of change. That's the last topic in this section.